Happy Father's Day to all you dads out there, and please wish your dad a happy Father's Day, and he's no longer around, and remember his memory, because pops are important. Hello everybody, and welcome to Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk. And this, my friends, is the Thunder Show, and no joke, maybe the show I'm most excited for ever. That's a big way to start the show. We have the contest, the iTunes contest, lots of names in here, Mott. So if you're the winner, if you're the user, we can check that out with our friends at iTunes. But if you win, honor system, and then we'll do the background check. Please email Mott. So Mott, link it up. Your email if you're the winner. Oh, did you do that little cut in? I didn't watch. Where you were gonna show where the Mott? You forgot?
No, I put it in.
Is it cool? Does it look cool? I gotta look at it.
I think VidLibrary messed up on the encoding. If you play it in a QuickTime, it shows up right.
And on VidLibrary?
It drops it out.
Weird. Okay, anyway, we're going to go right to the drawing. Let's go right into the winner of the iTunes review contest, winner of a big swag pack, books and wristbands and all that is... Oh, they gave 5 stars, which I'm happy about. is SPAETM. Spam. The show has changed my life. I used to be nervous and scared about wine. Now I'm learning more and more every day. If you want to know about wine and have a great time doing it, watch the show and join this community. Spatum. I couldn't have said it better myself. Please contact Mott. We will get that out to you ASAP. And thank you so much. And thanks for everybody who's competed in the contest. Should we give one more thing? One more person? Yep, we need that. Yep. Oh, you see where that landed? One more person. We're going to give another runner-up prize to a signed book. Let's do it, Mott, because that's how I love it. Rubilio. Rubilio. Gary Vaynerchuk has a very unique approach to the wine world, and one who feels outside the box of the wine world. It's very refreshing. That, and he has a ridiculous knowledge base when it comes to wine, so the guy appeals to the wide range of people. He's also about trying everything under the sun and sharing it with all his friends and family. All coupled with explosive energy makes Wine Library TV a fun and productive to watch. A++++. We'll watch again. Very cool. Should we just turn this into a show? I'm going to read all these. Anyway, today's show is kicking face, my friends. We are doing a show on something where Mott has to link it up 4 times. Now, you may not want to execute against it, but that means you have 5 total link it up Motts. You should get a t-shirt or something. Anyway, 6, right? You got something else?
The 2 winners.
The 2 winners. Well, they got to email your email. Anyway, today's show is called The Mailing List Show. It is a show about wines that I believe have the potential to be so sought after and become such big brands in the wine collecting world that they will only be available through a mailing list purchase. I think about what can I bring to the table, to the Vayner Nation all the time. And on this Father's Day, pre-Father's Day show, I thought what better way to give another way to give back to a lot of the viewers, and this is how I'm going to do it. Once in a while, I'm going to do the mailing list show. And what that's going to be is wines that I feel are going to be disappearing. Now, through the years, Harlan and Bryant and Pride and Paloma and so many of these things, I mean, Dumal, so many wines was I on very early on and was unable to really do much for my consumer except word of mouth in the store to get on this mailing list. Many people on Screaming Eagle, for example, and Bryant family and things of that nature are on because I pushed them even at a very young age. So, at some sort of form of legacy and giving back to the community, I think this is a great format. Now, I may not like the wines, but again, keep in mind, everybody has their own palate, and these are wines specifically on the show because I believe they have some sought-after ability. Now, I hate to do this, but the fact of the matter is, a lot of these wine list wines are worth more when you get on the list, and you get them, and you can actually resell them. And so, if nothing else, these are wines that I think will show potential to be very transparent, that you could probably buy, flip, and then buy what you like. So, now, I would hate to do that. I would hate to put people on the mailing list that weren't passionate about the wine. So if you feel you have a similar palate to mine, hopefully it's a good indicator. If not, I would really highly recommend you go and splurge the expense account because a lot of these are pretty pricey. Or if you want to splurge, wines that have great pedigree, a lot of excitement behind them, and I'm super excited about these wines. I have a Pinot, a Syrah, and 2 Cabernets. I brought out the big-ass glass. Did I just break that? Wow, that was weird. That would have been insane if it broke in the spot. And I'm excited to get right into it. So let's do that. Without further ado, this is the Black Kite 2006 Pinot Noir from Anderson Valley, which, if you remember, I think is definitely the place where Pinot is thriving these days. Kite's Rest. This wine rolls in at $36 US. It is made by Jeff Gaffner, is the winemaker, who is also the winemaker at Saxon Brown, which has become a big hot wine in its own right. Less than 500 cases are made of this wine, so it's a very small production. Mott, link them up. You got to scroll down. You can join the mailing list. And I think it's fun. I like what it says here. Our winery is inspired by the beautiful and endangered black-shouldered kite native to the Anderson Valley. So I like what I came up with. The cool little owl type thing going on here, Mod. Very cool package. Zoom in on it while I'm chilling here. Jeff Gaffner is an amazingly exceptional winemaker. So I take notice right off the bat. Seems like a real family affair, the vineyard as well. So that's kind of cool. Nice cut, family vibe. The Green family, I think. I'm just going a little bit off the top of what I was told once. But really family affair vineyard I've heard as well, which I always love because if it's family, I'm all down for that. Speaking of which, family, Vaniacs, I need you, by the way. I got a call today. We're in trouble, Mott. I don't know if you know this. BJ's and Sam's Club. We are not selling books. So I need people to help me in the comments to come up with a contest specific to BJ's and Sam's. Because we've got to figure out a way to sell some of these books that are stuck there. We're going to send them all back. So you need to help me out, Mott. You got any ideas? So, Vaniacs, in the comment section, any kind of contest, I'm going to really load up the grand prize. And if you're hitting up BJ's or Sam's this weekend, I don't know, with your toilet paper, snag one. Send it to me, just to make them seem like we're doing something, because they'll get mad if we're not trying. Anyway, the Black Kite is a very interesting little wine that's gotten a lot of press, a lot of hype, a lot of chitter-chatter, and so I'm excited about it. Never had this wine before, so Mott, say it with me. Let's give this wine a sniffy sniff. Say it again, Mott. Sniffy sniff. Right off the bat, it has a beautiful nose. I really like the underlining, almost like, This actually reminds me of a beautiful cherry and strawberry compote. And underneath, like pickle juice. So you start with a little pickle juice, and then you pour in the juice of the cherries. So there's like this underlining greeny fennel kind of thing going on, which I like quite a bit. Beautiful bouquet. I mean, just really ripping strawberry flavors. A little bit of black pepper, which I enjoy in the nose as well. This pickle juice fennel thing going on. Very obvious and very pretty. Classic. I mean, this is classic Pinot Noir. I just love the beautiful nose. I'm salivating, so I know I'm excited. Let's give it a whirl. This is going to be one of my favorite shows. These are all serious wines. We're treating ourselves a little bit. A little $10 action, now we're going baller over here. No denying the gorgeous candied strawberry flavor that resonates throughout your palate. Incredible transition, a bridge from the beginning attack to the finish, which I'm completely blown away by. Another great example of Jeff's skill set. Great, almost like Slim Jim flavored beef jerky, a little high on alcohol, just a tad, gets me on just a hair, 14.7. Probably a little higher because he's allowed to wiggle there. But still, gorgeous elegance. Back end leather, like fine leather bag, if you like smell it, kind of gets into your taste buds. I enjoy that. Kind of inside of a shoe, believe it or not, a little bit. Like a hush puppy shoe. But very long length. Nice, firm, strategic tannins on the back end. Feels like they were placed there for a reason, to give it a little bit of a backbone. A wine that I could see lasting 5 to 7 years in this state. Really gorgeous. Bring out some duck right now. I'm starving and would love to have it with this Pinot. Elegance for days. I feel like we're ballroom dancing in my mouth right now. And you know what? I'm not going to be bored and go to sleep. I'm going to watch it. And that, that's what they put on ESPN 6 now at night, ballroom dancing competition. Anyway, this is really good. Very well priced. 36 bones. Run out and find this wine right now. Go to Wine Searcher, Wine Zap, any of those search engine things. You've got to find this wine. This wine is ripping it. with an iron steel post to your neck. I mean, it is bringing serious thunder, and this to me, my friends, is a great example of what New World Pinot Noir can be, and this is why I think I'm so attracted to the Anderson Valley. They do all the explosiveness that Santa Rita Hills does, but there's some form of refinement, a little bit more controlled chaos in the mouth than the other wines that I see coming out of the other great areas of Pinot Noir. I'm just addicted right now to Anderson Valley. There's, in my opinion, a combination of what's great about Burgundy and what's great about the California Pinots. They come together. It's actually like a little bit better version of what I like about Oregon Pinot Noirs. So anytime there's a lack of spitting, Mott, you know I'm in a good place. I'm going to score this wine 94 points. This wine is ripping face. There's no doubt about it. At 36 bones, an absolute must. And I promise you right now, with how small the vineyard is, this, Vaniacs, is a mailing list you want to get on. You know, you get a bottle or two each year. It's something special. It's a no-brainer. Mott, I told you to link it up. Link it up. Promise the main nation. You know, you might not. This is something they don't want to miss out on. Get on this mailing list. Get on it hard and bring the thunder. Even if you have no intentions of buying it this year, I'm just blown away. I mean, the fruit, you know, I'm curious about the vineyard. I need to do a little more homework because, you know, there's a lot more potential going on here. This is serious. You know, for everybody who loves Costa Brown and Sea Smoke and all those insane Pinots that are so hot, maybe a tone down, you know, of the over-the-topness, but a firm up backbone and structure. I'm completely blown away by this effort. A tremendous start. Now, you might remember, is this the label? Did you see this? This is awesome. You might remember Arnaud Roberts we've done in the past and recommended people to join their mailing list. This is the Syrah 2006 from Clary Ranch. Now, Arnaud Roberts is brought to us by Duncan Arnaud Myers and that's, you know, and Nathan Lee Roberts. So they paired up 38 bones, 93 points. Josh Reynolds, who writes for Steven Tanzer's Wine Advocate, he does a good job. I'm a big fan of him. If you see his scoring, he's pretty. And you like my palate, there's some similarities there. 700 cases are made between the 5 different labels that they make from Arnaud Roberts, Mont. So you're talking about nothing. There's only 3 barrels of this. This is from the Sonoma Coast. This is a Syrah, and I'm excited about trying this too. Again, very well priced. We get a little bit pricier later in the show. This is at 38 bones for a Syrah. Pricey, but not upsettingly bad. Amazing color. Mott, you see this? I mean, this is gorgeous. You know, we got to pour some out for the Vaniacs that aren't with us anymore. Zoom in on that stain, because a lot of people think I do it off camera. Let's get them back up here. And also, that's Chris Mott, M-O-T-T, not my mother, Ma. I got to, you know, I'm trying to cover all bases of misconceptions out there. Let's give this wine a sniffy sniff. By the way, I was going to say, I just saw the final proof on the 4th generation wristband, which, by the way, we gave to everybody who did the Father's Day thing. We're going to have a little bit more over, and we're going to give to the people that picked up the book, too. That sent it into book at WineLibrary.com. Anyway, back to this. Pepper, 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 Pepper City, USA. Black pepper for days. Mott, sniffy sniff that. I love when I get this gorgeous, you get it? I mean, big, bombastic blueberries with black pepper makes me, throws me right back to Côte Rôtie in the Rhone, where those wines are really rocking and rolling. You got it, right? I mean, this is black pepper, easy, like I also get a very nice undercurrent of of blueberries and a little bit of currant. I like it quite a bit. Very licorice driven as well, like the real licorice you get in France, not the bull crap, the Twizzlers crap we get here. I love Twizzlers, by the way. But, you know, the real stuff, the black licorice. Just a gorgeous nose. I get almost like a ham component as well. Maybe that's because when I eat my ham and cheese, I load it with black pepper. Maybe that's a throwback. So you've got to, I'm being serious, by the way. You've got to keep that in mind. Gorgeous nose. Let's give it a whirl. Wow. It's a mouthful, that's for sure. Wow. Big wine. The blueberries continue into the mouthfeel and the flavor profile. I get a big blueberry juice kind of component. Did I hear they're making a Smurfs the movie?
live
you hear this?
action or something.
It's gonna be crazy. It's funny how the brain works. I thought of blueberries, thought of Bloom, thought of Smurfs. I love the barbecue smoky thing going on. It's like Austin, Texas exploded in my mouth on the back end. Great barbecue action ribbed thing going on. I get the blueberries all day. I like this. It's a refined effort. It does seem a tad simple in the mid palate and seems like very textbook. There's a lot of Syrah coming out of California right now that tastes like this. So it's lacking a little bit of the personality and charisma, where the Black Kite actually did a very nice job in being a Pinot from Anderson Valley, but having its own DNA, especially in the mid palate thing. There are no Roberts. I'm a big fan of their wines. I also think people should join their mailing list. I think we already have a lot of people joining because we did definitely do this on the show in the past. You can search that up here somewhere on WineLibraryTV.com if you ever want to search anything. I think a lot of people miss the search. That's why you don't have to ask me if I've ever done Prosecco. There's a lack of personality, a little basicness that's going on with this. I've seen a lot of efforts with this. The BBQ on the back end is definitely a little unique. The pepper is obvious and new and out there. I mean, it's really black pepper. It's like the really peppercorn, black peppered up beef jerky that you get from a truck stop, right? It's a good wine. There's a lot of people going to love it. It doesn't do enough for me on a uniqueness basis, though the finish is neat. I'm going to go 90 points in this wine. I like it. I like it a lot, and I have no problem with people trying it. It's big. It's a New World thing. Psst, Old World fans, you're going to have to leave the Thunder Show for a minute, because this is New World action. But it does have some pizzazz of Cote Rôtie that brings it a little Old World. Small production, tough to find. Good people from what I hear, don't know them personally. 90 points, 38 bones, not the most amazing QPR that I've ever seen. Definitely would rather have the Black Kite, but good wine. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, these mailing list shows are going to be fun because if I'm going to put on the show, it's already got a lot of buzz. You know, I definitely see the directions going. I mean, for example, Mott, this is a really fun wine for me. Hewitt, 2005, Cabernet Sauvignon from Rutherford. Estate grown right on the Rutherford floor, $70 US. It's made by Tom Rinaldi, who's the winemaker of Provence as well, and is making some really good stuff. 70 bones, 94 points, Wine Spectator, and I'm going to tell you right now, a complete workout of a bottle. I mean, you can fit the punt in here. I mean, you got to, you know, it's pretty loose wine there. The fact of the matter is that it's a very big wine. And in stature, in rating, in heftiness of bottle, in color, this is pointing to one direction. Big. Let's see what's going on here. Little sniffy sniff first. The Hewitt Vineyard sits on the Rutherford Ranch, which is a very famous area. I have to admit, though, the Oak Monster makes a cameo, which turns me off a little bit right off the bat. I hope it's not too over-oaked. We'll see what happens, but it's definitely there, and the Oak Monster can get tricky, Mott. You know what? For all you new Vaniacs, you haven't seen theoakmonster.com. You can put a little badge in your blog. So, Mott, link that up. Better be taking notes, Motty.
I told you 6.
There you go. You were right. It was 6. Let's give it a whirl. This wine, my friends, is something I like to call ginormous and is very big. Oh, almost got like a brain freeze, headache situation. Very, very heavy oak flavors, vanilla, cedar box, maybe where you hide your stash of baseball cards. You know, and so... God, this is a big boy. This is a very popular style. If you're a big fan of Caymus and Silver Oak Napa and those massive cake bread reserves, those big oaky, I mean, I honestly feel like, I feel, no joke, like I'm eating a piece of wood. I mean, I really feel like I just took my chair, flipped it upside down, and started gnawing on the table or on the leg of my chair. That's right, Justin. I feel that. My wife will kill me. I ate so much wood right now as I was drinking this wine. Listen, there's no problem with a little bit of wood in your mouth, but that much wood is just almost unbearable, and it's loaded with the oak monster. He's everywhere. He's scaring the crap out of me, and that bothers me. But I knew I was going to throw you for a loop. But there's something shocking going on here. I am astounded, taken aback by the fact that this Hewitt is able to be somewhat polished and balanced with this much exaggerated wood in my mouth. So, let me taste it one more time. Let me remind everybody that 7 to 8 years ago, this wine would have put me on my face and I would have loved it. Like, it just cured every disease on earth. I was very heavy into the oak wines. It's a little bit too much for my palate now. Gotta admit, I've been coming back to it a tad, which has been fun. But it has a lot. It's very vanilla driven, very cedar box, very obvious there's new French oak here, a little too predominant in my opinion, enormous weight. We can't underscore the fact that there's gorgeous raspberries going on here. This is a wine that will definitely develop over the next 10 to 15 years. Bring out the biggest steak you know. Forget an inch and a half. Get like a 19, be Fred Flintstone and get knocked over your car. That kind of steak would go with this wine. It's an interesting wine. There's a lot of, like steak night, big businessman Steve-O with the suit and the BlackBerry, 57-year-old demo, works for the company, third man in charge, goes out to dinner. This is the wine for you, Steve-O, 57-year-old, third man in charge, BlackBerry, because, this is the kind of thing in a dinner party, instead of ordering the Camus or the Insignia or the cake bread from the steak list that every single steakhouse in America has, if you see the Hewitt, you should order it. This wine has what you're looking for. It's going to appeal to you. If you want to just drink this in chill-out mode, hanging out, watching the Lakers-Celtics series, for example, took an interesting turn last night, then this is not for you because it's going to blow you over. It's too big. But if you know you like those kind of wines, if you're enchanted, seduced by that massive, over-the-top oak, cedar box, vanilla aspect, then maybe this is the wine for you. Does remind me of some of the better efforts of Camus that way, believe it or not. Because the balance surprises me. Not my cup of tea, definitely the spectator's cup of tea. They went 94 points on it. I'm going to go 89 points on it. And at 70 bones, not really my style. But again, who gives a rat's ass about my palate and where I'm at? That's my individual preference. I'm all hot and bothered right now about Vinho Verde from Portugal. I should be laughed out the room if you think that way. But I'm not, and I don't think people should think that way. So, this is just where my state of my palate is. Believe it or not, I will probably take 2 bottles of this wine home. Because I have a feeling, as I'm seeing what's going on with my palate, that over the next 3 or 4 years, all this vegetable action that I'm doing right now is starting to not weigh on me, but I'm looking for something different. And even though I'm scoring this wine this way right now, I honestly think I would have scored it an 86 6 months ago, and I know I would have scored it a 93 7 years ago. Your palate changes, and never keep anything as a set-in-stone thought process. Way too many people I know right now are dumping their 98 and 2001 Australian Shirazes because they don't like that anymore. But I wouldn't be so quick. You don't know where the palate switches. Just because you're hot on Riesling right now in Burgundy doesn't mean you might not go back. Trying different things, putting yourself in different situations, and always realizing your palate changes is the key to enjoying wine. Most importantly, doing it with friends you love. This is still a winery that I think should be joined on the mailing list because I think it's going to be hard to get, and I think a lot of people love this style. Wow, huh? And finally, Fleming. Let's rinse. Mott, what you're looking at here is Kelly Fleming, 2004 Cabernet Sauvignon. This is a very interesting project. 85 U.S. bones, 500 cases made. It's a 12-acre estate. The winemaker is Celia Welch-Myshak, who's an amazing winemaker. The vineyard manager is Jim Barbar, who is legendary. 80% in new French oak. Rolls in at 85 bones. So, 85 bones. Mott?
Yeah.
Anytime we mention the number 85.
I was hoping for
85,
yesterday.
85 point scores. No. Wesley Walker. Somebody told me anytime I give an 82, I should give a shout out to Mickey Schuler, the former tight end from Penn State. A lot of Penn State fans out there. Anyway, Kelly Fleming is a very interesting character in the industry, very well-respected lady who's been in the industry for a long time, has an amazing winemaker, has a crazy vineyard manager, has a great plot of land. This is the perfect formula for huge success. I'm excited. Let's give it a sniffy sniff. Beautiful nose. Just completely seduced by the strawberry jam that's coming through on this nose. Secondary fruit coming through left and right. I almost get an, believe it or not, dried apricot component. That's how beautifully... Wow. Very tropical in its nose. Just gorgeous fruit on the nose. Strawberries, raspberries, cherries. Just bomb city, but not overdone. Very subtle in the beautiful flavors. You like them up?
Yeah.
What are you getting there? Are you going to say rhubarb? Because I just got that as like... Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good job, man. I saw your eyes light up.
I couldn't pick it out.
Is that what it was?
Because
just as you were like, it was like tailing away from me. Very obvious rhubarb coming through on the nose, which is really cool. Good job, man. Let's give it a whirl. Wow. If you took the Hewitt, toned down the oak a little bit, there's still a little that it's like not Donkey Kong, but like Donkey Kong Jr. Oak Monster Jr. Wow, this is polished. The intensity of this wine is incredible. There's two mailing lists that I'm passionate about. The Black Kite, and now the Kelly Fleming. You need to get on this, and you need to get on it hard. This wine is rocking. Beautiful back-end tannins. Try them out. On my back end of my palate, which makes it nice and dry. Complex fruit. This reminds me of a top-notch Bordeaux on steroids, no doubt. Definitely the fruitified, New World action, but there's a brightness to this fruit that is undeniable. Great structure. I mean, just almost... It's laser. It's like Roger Federer focus. It's like laser. Pretty funny to say after he just got crushed in the French Open, but laser-like focus. Tiger Woods, right? Like, you know, that just that energy is just like, I'm on this. This wine is so focused on its dark black chocolate infused, right? Dark black chocolate infused with like black syrup, massiveness, takes over the entire palate. I get gorgeous Cuban cigar crushed up, thrown in with your chocolate. So it's like a secondary, I mean, just so crushed down and so much more chocolate and blackberry jam that you don't even know it's there, but it's there. Gorgeous I almost called it a Bordeaux. Gorgeous Cabernet from Napa Valley. All Napa, but definitely, I have to say, the elegance, refinement, structure, complexity, balance that you find in classic Bordeaux. I'm very impressed with this. You know, this is another example where Celia, I think, really understood how to tone it down and not let it get too over the top, which, you know, is my big problem with the prior wine. This is rocking. So massive, right? That I feel like I want to bite it. Big, nice, firm tannins. So your mouth is dry, right, Mom?
It's dry, but it's not that dry.
It really does taste like dark chocolate covered candies, right? Like if you like, there's a lot of dark chocolate because dark chocolate is good for you now. A lot of dark chocolate little bite-sized bits with like whatever inside. It really does give you that. I mean, the dark chocolate is obvious on this wine. Did you like it, by the way, or was it too much for you? I mean, I know how you think about red wine, so it's a big step up.
As cabs go, it was big.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not usually a big cab fan, but for my untrained palate, it was
You like
good.
it? Well, the fact of the matter is, I'm a pretty big fan of this. I'm going to go 93 points on it. I like it quite a bit. Interesting. The least expensive wine won the tasting day today with the 94 plus. But this is an amazing effort from Fleming. Actually, all the wines really did show well, and that's why there's a lot of buzz around all of them. If I could convince you, since there's no commitment, you really want to get on these mailing lists. I think there's value in it, and especially these wines, you want to find them and try them. If you're balling deep like Chris Mott is. You can afford a case of this, you should. But the Black Kite is a must find, seek, conquer, destroy drink. Just an absolute effort that is awesome. No Laid Back Friday today, Mott. I was kind of a little bit more. This mailing list idea was a lot of fun. I'm enjoying this. Really, really fun show for me. Let's get into some of the things I wanted to talk about today, like big birthday shout-outs. Peter Soderberg is 32 tomorrow. Big happy birthday to him. Robert Howells and Chad Price, birthday was yesterday. A little belated happy birthday to you guys. I talked about BJ and Sam's. We got to come up with something. We got to come up with a contest, a giveaway, a Twitter giveaway. Speaking of Twitter, if you're not following me on Twitter, it's a big mistake. It's an exploding universe. A lot of Vaniacs are out there using it now, Mott. A lot of wine people. It's a cool place to be. We're rolling out a new product through Twitter that you're going to want to be a part of. So if you're not following me on Twitter, sign up today. Even if you just follow me, it's right over here. Friend me up. Definitely do that. I want you to pause my show right now, and no matter where your dad is, whether you email him, call him right now, text him, I want you to pause me right now. I got a couple more things to say, but pause me, because I want you to tell him you love him. Now, today, Friday, or Saturday, because it's Sunday, right? Throw a little mix up in there. What? Why today? Tomorrow's Father's Day. No, Dad, I want to tell you I love you every day, like I do to my dad. Other than that, Celtics, Lakers, it feels like the Super Bowl all over to me. You know, like last night, I wasn't sure if I was happy, sad, hate both teams, just leave it at that. Love this Pinot, though. What do you got, Mott? Anything? How was your birthday?
It's good.
Quiet?
We're going to do the celebrating tomorrow.
What are you guys going to do?
We're going to go Morton's Steakhouse in Hackensack.
They might have the Hewitt cab.
I'll take a look.
Tell them you're the famous Mott. See if they know him. Wow, this wine is so good. Fourth generation wristband, folks, is ripping. I can't wait for you guys to check that out. Can't wait for San Francisco. Really, really excited. Getting very close to episode 500. I can't thank you guys enough for letting me do this show. Question of the day. Let's get into it. Are you on any wine mailing lists? And if so, which ones? Lurkers, it's going to be a big weekend for me. I'm going to be with Pops and with Lizzie's dad, Peter, who's unbelievable. Peter Klein, love him with all my heart. I'm going to sneak away some time to see the comments this weekend, Mott. I'd like to see the Lurkers come out. I'd like to be moderating this weekend. You know? I'd like that. Yeah. So, you're saying welcome, right?
Passing this word to you.
I just don't understand. Tens and tens of thousands not coming and saying hello. Just a little hi. Yeah, we love each other, right? You, with a little bit of me, we're changing the wine world, whether they like it or not. Now, say a nice little prayer of happiness that you just watched the Thunder Show, and now click the links and go sign up for the wine lists.